Warning, this is an adult-oriented podcast about really perverse things, like communication and consent. If you are under 18 and looking for answers to questions about sex or kink, please visit scarletteen.com. For the Dude Bro listeners, this is the nerdy shit. Fuck off!
From Bakersfield to Mount Olympus, Gotham Press talks naughty business. Sexual topics to explore your whoredom. Good if you're new or a kinky Yoda. Gotham Press Podcast. The dirty kinksters your parents warned you about.
Okay. You guys are weird sometimes. You know that, right?
Yes.
We strive to be weird every day.
Listeners, you heard it here first. Lala strives to be weird every day.
Every day.
Maybe that'll be my sign off.
Be weird every day?
Strive to be weird every
Find
day.
your will to be weird.
Find your weird.
Find your weird. Play with it a little.
You play,
Okay,
you play
I'll
with
play-
your weird
I'll
a
play
little?
with it.
Oh, you're going to play with his weird? Oh, my.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, you play with his weird.
That's not weird at all.
No. Can be.
Lala, do you do something strange for a little change?
A lot of change. Oh, you mean for a change? Instead of
Sure.
like normal?
Yeah, sure,
You
we'll
guys
go
are
with that.
confusing each other.
No, I know where I'm going with
I
this.
have no idea. I can see two roads. So
Go
my
down
mind
both
just
of them.
split. Yeah.
Go down both of them.
Most people go right, but I think I'm going to go left.
I always choose left.
Do you really?
Yeah. I made a pact with my cousin way back when we were little kids that if we ever die and there's two doorways or multiple doorways, we always choose the one furthest to the left.
Furthest to the left.
Yep. That way we'll be together no matter what it is.
All right, I'm coming
Nice.
too.
It could be the smoldering door with like screams echoing, and I told him you have to go left.
Going to stalk you.
Okay.
Okay. Just so we're clear on that.
Well,
So-
that's fine.
Lala, so you're stalking.
I'll wear stockings while I stalk.
Yes.
So you're on a stalk thief in the afterlife.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Hey, welcome back to the Gotham Press Podcast.
Hey.
Oh, God. Oh,
That was a crackle.
that was a
That
crackle.
was.
Hello, listeners. We're so glad to be back. We hope that you're glad we're back.
We
That sounded so...
do, but it sounds like you kind of lost interest.
Are you okay?
I was asking a question.
Were you?
I hope that you're glad we're back. Or a statement. I
Are
don't
I'm
know.
about to say, I don't think that's a question.
Listen, I've been a very busy girl.
That's true.
What have you been busy doing?
Well, working. And I'm doing a wedding. It's been months. And I got to have sex, baby.
That's the important part.
And for all you listeners who are wondering if it felt different, yes, it hurt like heck.
Why? Because why?
Because, well, okay, so I had the surgery, right? Had
Right.
my little uterus removed. I wish I could have had that and burned it in a fire. But anyway, then it has been months and months and months since I've actually had sex.
So do you think it was the missing parts or just the lack of sex?
I think both.
Oh, okay. I didn't think of that answer.
I think
but-
both. It felt like I was a virgin all over again. It hurt so
Ow.
bad. It hurt so bad.
She was like a virgin.
And I
Touched
also,
for the very first time.
it felt like it couldn't go in all the way.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you use lube?
we don't. No, we didn't need to.
You say that, but it hurt.
No, it hurt because it.
Because it couldn't go in?
Because her hymen grew back.
It just didn't feel good the first time.
How many times did you go?
3 times.
Okay, so...
Did
it's
it
been-
feel good eventually?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on.
That's the important.
Here's the thing. So it's been a week since our last recording.
Yeah.
And she says they only did 3 times.
In one night.
That one night.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to be alone with him since then. So yeah.
I've been keeping watch. There's a tally on the outside wall.
Oh, I thought that was just my cat scratching it.
It was. We watched together.
Here, pussy, pussy, pussy.
Wait, hold on. What did you do to that cat?
I didn't do anything to the cat.
You just watched her do other things?
I petted the kitty. I did hold and pet the kitty.
Okay.
We snuggled a little bit.
Yeah. Did he smell
It
good?
was consensual.
Okay, good.
Cat came to me.
Okay, to you.
But the cat came back. We thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just couldn't stay away. No, no, no. No, 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 no.
Huh.
And that is Lala's musical debut here on the Gotham Press podcast.
Yay!
If you know what I'm talking about, you should message us.
Oh no, I know the song you're talking about.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do.
What's it from?
Old Mr. Johnson had troubles of his own. He had a big yellow cat that wouldn't leave his home.
Yeah, I know the song. I don't know what it's exactly from, but I know the song.
Is it like a nursery rhyme?
No, it's from a movie, isn't it?
Oh.
No, I don't know. Maybe it's
That
from
was
a
from a
movie.
movie. Yeah. Anyway, hi listeners.
Yeah. Hi, listeners.
Hi.
You don't need to listen to me singing "The Cat Came Back."
We do.
Well, we already did, and they're going to listen to that section over and over and over.
If you want to know all the words, just look up "The Cat Came Back."
And then there were calls. Why is everything so messy? And that song keeps repeating.
And the internet's going to be like breaking up saying, why is everybody looking up the Cat Came Back lyrics? It's so popular all of a sudden.
Look at you, Lala, starting a internet craze.
It's a new trend.
Oh, sorry, a new internet trend.
Yes.
Viral outbreak brought to you by.
Lala.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wait, hold on. The second wave brought by micromanage Lala.
The second what?
The second wave.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the first wave still hasn't officially stopped, so.
I know, like 78 new cases today and 1 death.
Ooh, I heard that if you go donate blood until the 28th, they will also test you for the platelet, or not the platelets, the antibodies. For
Oh.
free.
Nice.
I can't give blood.
No?
Nope. I had a tattoo this year.
I think
Wasn't aware that was a thing.
It is a thing.
it's not anymore.
Really?
They've from what
Did
I've
you
heard
just turn
from
British?
He totally did.
Did I turn British? I don't know. But from what I've heard recently, they've reevaluated some of those situations for donating plasma. I don't know if it's the same for blood, but it could be.
I'll take your word for it.
All right, then.
Well, I don't like needles, so either way, I'm not doing it. And tattoos were my way of avoiding it.
Avoiding
my
needles?
excuse.
I was about to say, of avoiding needles?
It's totally different, guys. Seriously, it's totally different.
It is different.
Yeah.
Way
Instead of
different.
having one needle go in one time, it's multiple needles going in repeatedly.
But the one needle goes in really deep, and it goes into your vein, and
doesn't
it
go that
freaks the
deep.
freaking heck out of me. Where the other one just scratches the surface.
Technically, no.
You know what? We should talk about something important.
Goes into the...
We should talk about Patreon.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Hello, patrons.
Patrons.
Did a mix of the two.
Like, Patron.
Patreons or patrons?
Hey,
Patrons. Welcome.
Actually, I'm going to do something probably before this episode even shows up that I was intending on doing like months ago. And I'm going to rework all the stuff on Patreon because starting on the 1st of July, Patreon is going to be doing sales tax for people that have like the multiple tiers for things. Mm-hmm. Patrons just know that that's coming. What I'll actually do is when I figure everything out, I'll send out emails directly to those patrons.
You're so good.
I do what I can. Hey, Thief, where can we be found?
In the show notes.
But where does it say in the show notes?
What does it say in the show notes?
Where does it say we can be found? Give me one or two.
I'm going to say on your favorite podcatcher. We're on Facebook.
Can you tell us about our sponsors?
Yes, I can. We have custom one-of-a-kind handmade pacifiers available by Still Brat Passies.
Okay.
We have wooden implements and devices to whack, thwack, and smack your way to heaven by J&W Paddles, as well as other fun toys, and piercings by B, which is where you can get all of your professionally done piercings and jewelry.
All right. And well done. Congratulations. You got all three of them.
Yeah.
So, Lala, that means next week it's on you. Can you get all three?
Yes.
Can you?
Yes. You're going to be jealous.
I will always be jealous of you.
Aww.
And listeners, this is when they walk away, and
Hold hands and walk into the sunset.
I was going to say I hear strange noises behind me, but that works too.
Well, that works too.
Or maybe just in front of me. You guys can go on the couch. Real quick, because I'll keep doing this every week. How's everybody's week been?
Busy.
Okay, I guess. I don't remember. I don't even know what day it is.
I hope you know what day it is because you're here.
It's recording
I
day.
thought today was yesterday.
It's recording day.
You
Yeah,
did,
I
because
really
you were like,
did.
I'm going to get some sleep. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I'm glad you replied, or I would have been here yesterday.
And I would have been like, hi.
Can I help you, sir?
Hey, you could have stayed for the Zoom meeting.
Oh, that's true. Damn it.
Oh, well. So one of you put this in,
Yeah,
and I have a question. So what is the proper way to introduce oneself?
I didn't put that in there.
That was me. And I mean, as far as like your pronouns.
Oh. As the light bulb flashes on for both of us.
Because it can be really confusing when you meet a trans person and they're mid-trans or have maybe not started trans
Or maybe not even
Or-
trans. Maybe just a cross-dresser.
or maybe just a cross-dresser.
Because I've run into that before, too, and I'm like, oh, so what do I do? And then you're stuck with that uncomfortable, like, should I ask them? How do I ask them? Is it appropriate or inappropriate to do so?
Exactly.
My opinion is it's always appropriate to ask. And on their end, hopefully they know that not everybody just immediately knows what to say. And they're kind about it. There are those assholes, though, like, so I'm not sure. How do I refer to you? Well, obviously, can't you see what I am? You're a human. Your name is Bill. How, that doesn't tell me how I'm supposed to pronounce he or she for you.
Right.
I feel you, but at the same time, would you ask me my pronouns?
Didn't I ask you your pronouns?
I don't know.
I think we had that conversation a while back because I think it was you were asking somebody else, and I was like, well, okay, I have never asked you, so how do I refer to you?
Right. Well,
That was on an episode.
See, I was thinking of that too because, like, I assumed yours, absolutely, without ever questioning it, and it made me think, okay, well, because I got them right, it's fine, but it's not if I have to turn and ask somebody else their pronouns, and then they might be thinking, well, why didn't you ask Awesome?
Yeah. Well,
You know, like, what am I? Why am I different that you feel you need to ask me mine, but not ask somebody else's? And I kind of see that.
yeah, for me, I do a horrible thing. I assume sometimes, and luckily, people, if I do it wrong, people will correct me. Like, oh, please refer to me this way. Okay, that's fine, and I will do my best to remember to refer to them that way.
What do you do when you meet someone who is obviously female and you refer to them as that because they look like
That's how they look.
female and they get very upset and say, I go by he and my name is this, but yet they've not started the process and I don't know.
Well, in that case, I apologize. I will do my best to remember to refer to you as such in the future.
And
But
Sorry.
is it fair of them to be angry that we don't know? Or
Yes.
do we just automatically have to ask every single person what their pronoun
I
is?
think you can't get mad at them for getting mad because it's something that I shouldn't speak on because I don't know. But I'm assuming things right now that, like, they've dealt with it so many times and maybe it was just a bad day and maybe they're just sick and tired of not living up to your standards. Like your expectations, I should say, of what they should look like.
And, you know, here's the thing. I've actually had that conversation before with somebody, and it was literally like, if they get upset, you know, like you said, maybe they had a bad day, something. But for the most part, unless they have just been getting beaten down with, you know, misgendering statements, they're usually pretty good. Like, hey, I'm actually this.
And even if
Or unless
they
they're an asshole.
do get mad, you know, don't hold that against them. Just stay open and let them come back to you and say, maybe they'll come back and be like, hey, I kind of sorry. Like, I shouldn't have snapped at you, and just as long as you're genuine in your, like, not curiosity, but wanting to gender them appropriately, like you're saying, if it was an honest mistake, and then ultimately they're going to know that, like, they're not going to hold it over you. It just might be in the moment when they get angry, and then you just.
What if I hold it against them and I'm angry now because they got mad and I don't know? Like, I want to know, but I don't know the proper etiquette as far as, like, I don't want to ask every single person what your pronoun is.
Why not? You ask them what their names are.
Well, even, okay, let me give you another example.
Okay.
Do you ever watch Queer Eye?
No.
Okay, it's about 5 gay men. 4 gay men and 1 them, they, right?
Okay.
Okay. So the them, they, his name is Jonathan. I'm going to say his because he looks male. But okay, fine. They
Thank you.
They'll dress male one day and they'll dress with skirts and little crop tops the next day and heels. But long hair and a handlebar mustache. And then they refer to themselves as, haven't you ever seen a man wear heels like I do? Or then the next day they'll say, oh, I am a grown-ass woman. I can take care of myself. That is confusing to me.
Some people
that is confusing to me as well.
I'm sorry. Some people do change it up just depending on how they feel. The energy that they're trying to put out that particular day.
I'm not putting anything negative against this guy person because I love every single person on the show. I'm a diehard fan. But it's confusing to me because I don't understand and I want to understand. And that is my frustration and my confusion because I feel inadequate and embarrassed to have to ask.
So, Lala, I have a homework assignment for you now. And you don't have your own Twitter account, which I understand. But the podcast.
I do have Twitter.
Well, the podcast has a Twitter account and you can at them say, hey, on our latest episode, we were wondering this question.
I could?
You can.
Will you show me how?
Yes, I can.
Yay.
Remind me.
Okay.
Make sure you remember.
All right. I'm writing it down.
I also did a thing recently, well, a while back now, but I don't know if it was a good thing or an asshole thing.
What did you do to Lala's cat?
Not Lala's cat. It was a conversation with a friend where we were talking about a mutual friend who is gender neutral.
Which means they, them?
They, them.
Okay.
Yep. And
is that the same as non-binary?
Oh my goodness. See, this is so
Is
confusing.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I don't know either.
There's so many things now.
There are lots of different terms.
And
that's
you
why
don't
you
have
always
to know them all.
Right. Usually the person that you're speaking will correct you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry I interrupted. Go ahead.
Well, they go by they, them. And talking to a friend, I misgendered them. And my friend was like, don't they go by they, them pronouns? And I was like, oh shit, I think you're right. And so I messaged them and was like, hey, I owe you an apology because I misgendered you. And I wanted to apologize because I would apologize to you if I was,
in person.
And so I felt that I should also do so when you're not here. And they were like, okay, cool, whatever. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh, I'm such a good person. I did a good thing. And then later, just yesterday while I was thinking about this question, I was like, what if I was the asshole? Like, they made it the whole day without anybody misgendering them and had that perfect batting 400 for the day, and it was going to be the greatest day. And then in comes some asshole with a message saying, hey, I apologize for misgendering you. And now it's that 400 batting average is gone for the day.
Because maybe they didn't notice?
Is
well,
it
they would have
400?
never known.
Oh, because you were talking about them
To another friend.
with them not being there. Okay.
I'm sorry. You kept saying 400. My limited baseball knowledge, is it 400?
I don't know.
I thought it was 300.
We're not a sportscaster.
I know.
And I don't even like baseball.
I don't either, but I know that particular thing, which is what threw me.
Which is weird because I don't even know where that comes from or how they get that percentage.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. It's not this podcast.
All right. For you any dude bro listeners out there, if you want to contact us.
Never mind.
But my question was I being an asshole to do that, to message them just randomly out of the blue? Like, should I just left it alone and just corrected my own thinking on it?
My personal opinion on that is if you made an honest mistake and you plan to correct yourself, there's no real reason to go to them and say it. It's not like you were actively like, oh, fuck him, her, whatever pronouns is incorrect one,
Unless you felt like the person that you were talking to was going to run to them and say,
did you hear what happened?
Said this about you.
Not at all.
Okay. Well, I think you could have just left it alone, but
I kind of think I should have now. Like, I feel like I didn't at the time think that I was looking for like a pat on the back, but it kind of feels like that thinking about it now. Like, like you're just, what are you trying to be the good guy? Like, what are you doing? Like, there is no need for that. Mm-hmm. But at the time I was like, I really need to do this because I would absolutely apologize to them in person. So why wouldn't I do it now? And I don't know. It's weird. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think there was a right or wrong. I think you're okay. But this is going to sound so rude. It is.
Be rude. We're okay.
It is. And there's no, I don't mean any negative feelings towards anybody. I have a ton of trans friends, gay friends, queer friends, whatever. However you want. I love everybody. But if in your outward appearance, you're not making any effort to bind your breasts or put a sock in your pants or or
whatever to do to make you look the part,
or put socks in a bra or anything. And I just don't get mad if we just automatically assume that you are female because you look like a pretty blonde female or pretty black-haired female or whatever.
A pretty female.
Don't get mad at us dumb people who can't read your mind and your feelings if we're just meeting you. Like, don't get mad. Give us some slack.
Okay.
I say get mad.
It's your opinion. It's just frustrating to me because then I feel like an idiot. Because now you're mad at me that I didn't know that you were a male or female, depending, because you've made no effort outwardly to show that that's what you're going towards. Yes.
But how do you know? Like, maybe they have made that effort. It's just not enough for you to notice or, like, know which gender to choose. Like, I see that's where it's murky for me because I never want somebody to feel like they've tried to be who they are on the inside, on the outside as well, and it's still not enough, and they feel like they're never gonna be who they feel like they are, and that seems soul crushing to me, and so I would rather them get mad at me and get angry and pissed off rather than hold that anger and stuff inside or direct it inward.
But if I walked in and obviously I'm curvy, I've got breasts, my hair is long, I'm wearing a little bit of makeup, and you say, oh, I want to meet her, and you point at me, and I get my feathers ruffled and say, I go by he, him.
But that's
not okay. Why am I wearing makeup? Why is my hair done in a girly way if I go by he, him? I don't understand. This is a bad debate, and I'm not trying to be mean and rude.
It's not a bad debate.
It's just frustrating to me.
It's because there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, I get that. Like, that's how I feel too. But I don't think we can really debate this.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say a while ago was, I mean, you shush. You already interrupted me once.
Sorry.
Because I was going to say, the three of us who are not trans in any way, shape, or form, can't answer this question correctly. We need to either put it out to the listeners. Listeners, please send us some feedback on this. Maybe some information. How do you handle the situation? You can send it to our email, gotthepresspodcast@gmail.com, or you can message it to Candy Sweetbox.
805-303-1173.
Okay, and just let us know, because we don't.
I'm ignorant. I don't know enough. I want to know more.
I am too.
Not trying to put any negative vibes out there. don't want to be put in that position again where I'm getting angry at that. That is not bad. That is bad grammar. I don't want people to get angry at me because I am assuming one thing when they're showing me that one thing.
Right. I was going to say, so Lala, I actually have a follow-up question to this because I see that you also said something about the show Disclosure on Netflix.
No, that was not me.
That was not you. That was you.
Yeah.
Because I figured the person who did the first one came up with that one.
No.
Do you know what Disclosure is?
I don't.
She didn't watch it.
Thief, educate us.
Disclosure is a movie or movie documentary, not documentary, not what
It's kind of a documentary, I believe.
Is it a documentary? I was thinking a documentary was about one person, but I guess it doesn't have to be. It's a movie on Netflix about the trans community in TV and film as it pertains to like actors and acting and roles and history. But it's so awesome of it doesn't cover a lot of things outside of TV and film for the trans community, but at the same time it answers so many questions that like I have that didn't even know I had. Like it made me aware of things that I had done that I have shamefully been a part of. Like the whole they talk about how Hollywood is set up to where when you see a trans person, your reaction is to laugh because it's a comedy skit, because it's done so in that way. And then I think they're right. Like that, I've done that. And like the whole thing with Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, and how horrible of a fucking ending that movie has.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Wait, hold on. Lala's confused. Have you seen Ace Ventura?
I hate stupid movies.
So I thank you. I love you for that because I do too.
Hey, fuck
I'm
both
sorry.
of you.
Sorry.
But
anyway, continue. Sorry.
At the end of that, as a kid, I was 16, I think at the time. We laughed our asses off, and I sit thinking now, like the whole time I'm laughing at something. There could be people out there taking their lives because they see no hope.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. For those few listeners that may not have seen Ace Ventura because they don't like stupid movies, what is the big twist at the end?
That, what are the names? I can't think of the names.
Here, you don't need things. You want me to take it?
Yeah.
All right, so what happens is Ace who's played by Jim Carrey, is trying to track down a dolphin that's been kidnapped, the Miami Dolphins dolphin, their mascot. And he finds out that it was stolen by a former kicker for the Miami Dolphins that made this horrible play. Now, in that time from that play to now, the kicker got a sex change and is now working for the police station. And so at the end of the movie, when they finally figure it all out, he kind of basically shames.
Absolutely shames.
Yeah, absolutely
publicly shames.
Yeah, this person for having a sex change. And the joke at that point is that all the guys at the station have been hitting on this female lieutenant, not knowing that she used to be he.
And they go through this whole thing of everybody throwing up and gagging and
That's horrible.
yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I will never watch that movie.
You probably shouldn't. I mean, it's not.
Up to that point, it's funny, but at that point, it's like, oh, that's all bad.
Horrible,
Yeah.
bad too. But it's not just that one movie either. There's so many movies that I don't want to watch. That you should watch it because, like we were saying before, we are not really equipped to answer this, but it makes me want to learn more, too, because there was one thing in the documentary where they talked about how the trans community was not accepted by the lesbians and gays at all.
What? Why?
I can understand that.
Because they didn't think they were one of them. There's
how do you fit in
historical
here?
footage of a trans person on a stage trying to address the crowd, and the crowd's like, boo, no, fuck you. And they're like, I am one of you. What the fuck is wrong with you? And it's really hard to watch, but it's pretty important too.
Are they Aren't they considered part of the LGBT?
Now.
Okay.
Which is also a great thing to learn about, like the LGBTQ community as a whole, is that they are an ever evolving and learning group. Like it's not just
it's not a static thing.
Yes. And
I find
awesome.
I find that information that you're giving weird, because I think that the gay community are so accepting of anything. Like, I've never met anybody that's gay be negative about, any trans or drag or anything, like cross-dresser. They're always very positive and accepting. So was this
was
a long time ago?
This was not a long time. It was like 60s, 70s.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Well, it's still in the grand scheme of things.
I mean,
yeah.
Trans nowadays seems so normal to me.
Yeah.
It's normal. Like, I think even the surgeries are like so normal.
There's some good stuff on the movie about that too. Like there's interviews. They talk about like Jerry Springer. Remember back in the day, Maury, like all the shows, it would be like,
oh yeah, no, I know
this
exactly what you're
woman
talking about.
is a man, or my boyfriend is a girl. Like all these shows, and they talk about it too. Like the different actors and producers and directors and stuff that they have interviewed for the movie are all trans, and they all talk about like how fucking horrible those shows were. But at the same time, when they were younger and they were trying to figure out who they were and what the fuck was going on with them,
That was the only thing they had.
that was all they had. And so they appreciate it for that, but don't like it for the way it was portrayed. But, so it's like a very teeter-totter back and forth throughout kind of the whole
film.
history of trans. Like it, or the history of trans in film, which goes back to like the very beginnings of film, actually. But yeah, and it's just so good. The movie's so good. Like you're gonna cry. Like you're just gonna cry. Like there's a couple of parts where you're just gonna lose your shit, but in a good way, because you're learning.
Yeah. I was going to say, I read through the article that you put up. The host of the movie is actually, and I cannot remember her name. She played on Orange is the New Black.
Oh, yeah. Laverne Fox?
Laverne Fox, thank you. Yeah, she is the host for it.
Right.
I hope you did too.
I know. If not, there's going to be a lot of angry fans out there.
My thing is, I doubt she is going to specifically hear this. So
no, but I mean the fans, our fans, like are going to be like, "You motherfucker, you got her name wrong."
Don't worry, they'll message us and get him off the podcast.
Right? Yeah,
we don't like him anymore.
Well, I hope they do message us either angrily because they don't like how we're talking. Girl, we get it. Let's meet. Let's talk. I would love that. Like, let's talk.
I was thinking as you were saying that was when you said, yeah, teach me, put me straight. I'm like, they're going to bend you over. You know what you're doing, right? Spank. Do you know now?
Nope. Keep on spanking. Till I spunked. Oh.
Till you spunked.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yes. So listeners, those of you who listened to last week's, that is up as a fetish on FetLife now. Getting spunked on by Micromanager Lala.
I want to add something else to the trans community out there. I think you guys are the bravest people I've ever met, and I'm so enamored with you guys for what you do, going to the doctor, going through all the psych stuff that you have to go through, the medication.
Yeah, they put them through a lot.
The surgeries. Like, you are my heroes. You're amazing, and you're getting to be who you are on the inside, on the outside as well. I wish there was a way to do some sort of like fundraiser or like an adopt a trans. Sorry if that sounds bad, but for fundraising to help with surgeries and stuff. Like, do you know what I mean?
805-3
303-1173.
Don't you think that would be so great if companies were like, hey, we're going to help a person who wants to be who they are on the inside and this is how much money we're going to give you. That would be phenomenal.
So
That would be cool.
I wish I could do that.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure there are donation things like that already set up.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
I'm sorry, in my church when I grew up, it was adopt a grandparent, and then every holiday you would like send them little, if they didn't have grandchildren. That's what was in my head, adopt a trans, to help them
I was gonna
get where
say-
they need to go.
Okay, see, I understand where you came from for that now.
Okay.
When you first said it, though, my head was, what?
You about fell out of your chair. I'm sorry, that was not meant to be offensive.
And
in any way.
I know that it
Okay,
wasn't.
okay.
It's just the way you just came at it like that, I was like, I don't.
I thought you were going to go more for like the adopted trans, like I'm your mom now. Like if your family has a problem with you.
Oh, well,
And-
Oh, yeah.
well, that too.
Yeah.
My door's open. Like, yes. But you got to answer my questions. And you got to teach me so I don't make an ass of myself. I said a bad word for you guys. I did just now.
We heard thief.
It's not a bad
Thief,
word. They
thief,
say
thief.
that on daytime
Thief.
television.
For her, that is a breakthrough. So got to clap.
All right.
All right.
Well done, Mama.
Whatever.
You're
I'm
getting
just-
better.
I'm just showing you the passion I have. Like, I'm serious. I want to know. Usually, when I get drunk at parties, I have no filter, and I will like crawl up. I've done this. I've crawled up to a couple, and I have said, "Okay, I don't understand your relationship. Explain it to me."
And then she gets adopted.
Now I have a question
And-
for both of you, and maybe myself as well. Do you think that we, as being a part of a kink community, are more open to asking questions of somebody who might be trans or in a different kind of dynamic than we're used to? And is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like maybe we should not be so comfortable.
Asking. Well, my opinion on this.
Yep.
Yes, we are more open to it. And yes, we should be, because if you don't ask the questions, if you don't use the words to say, hey, I don't get this, please explain it, nobody finds out and nobody learns.
It's true.
I agree with that. Yes, I think we are more apt to ask questions because we feel more comfortable, especially in our community, because we're a family.
Yeah.
For me, I like to have a little bit of wine before I do that, just because I feel I can ask more open-ended questions and not just yes and no questions, and really dig. And maybe that's impersonal, but I always say, can I ask you a bunch of questions that may
Right.
be intrusive, and you can stop talking at any moment?
I think that we do and we should, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity that this community presents to us too, because I meet people here who I probably wouldn't meet anywhere else, because I don't have like circles. Like I have like little tiny circles of people that I hang around, and those circles don't really,
Interact.
yeah. And they,
I'm sorry, not
it
interact.
doesn't-
Intersect.
Intertwine.
both really. Like my little fire circle, we don't go out and like mingle. Like we're all pretty much like introverts.
You like fire? I like fire.
Yeah.
I like fire too.
So like
Let's go light
there's
fires.
not a lot of opportunity to meet
burn.
Leave Llama alone.
new people, especially what
He's not going to burn Lucy.
I would never burn. Well, unless you wanted it.
Wow.
Like, yep.
Okay, you're talking about your circles.
Thief,
Yeah.
no burning Lucy.
I'm thankful for the community too, and having the opportunity to be open and ask.
And we have some pretty awesome people in our community that are
Oh,
like,
yeah.
dude, ask me anything. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, I mean,
don't tell me that.
Brad
'cause I've
Steele
got so
is
many
phenomenal.
Yep.
Like
Child does well.
asks, answers anything I ask.
questions. I
Yeah.
miss.
Me too. I need a
But,
brat hug.
but also happy for him.
I need a
so-
brat hug, and I need that little tail wagging while I hug you.
Actually, I believe he said he's going to be down this weekend for something with his bio family. And he was like, can I stop by? I'm like, yes, please stop by.
Right? You better.
Well, I think we should move on because I think we've nipped it
We
as
nipped
much
it.
as we can. Like, I think we're at an end now where we actually need someone sitting here
Right.
talking to us and sharing their feelings and thoughts on how ignorant I am.
I would really love to know a trans person's take on the. Oh, wait! Before we move on,
Okay.
because I'm catching up on Shameless, the U.S. version, the TV show, and I'm in season 8, I think. And there's a character named Trevor who is a trans man, and he gets into a relationship with Ian, who's a gay man, but Ian is like not LGBTQ knowledgeable gay, and so he doesn't understand Trevor at all, and like what pronouns to use, how to address things and question things, and like it's really a very interesting dynamic when they first get together, because you're watching a gay man have all the same like fumbles and stumbles as like just a straight dude that doesn't know. And you're like, wait, he's gay though? And you're like, okay, but that doesn't mean he automatically downloads knowledge.
Just because you realize you're something doesn't mean you automatically know.
Right.
You still have to learn. There's a curve there.
Yeah, and it was really a cool concept to me, because I kind of assumed that, gay people are just born with universal knowledge that straight people don't have. And it made me stop and go, oh, okay, yeah, no, so there could definitely be like asshole gay people. Okay, I get it now.
Wow. That's just,
but
wow.
And so it was a very cool, and it's also cool because in the documentary they talk about how when cis people portray trans people in TV and film, and how that takes away from the trans community, as well as continues. You need to watch it, because I'm going to screw this up.
No, I get what you're saying, because I forget what it was I was watching. I want to say it was a movie. This was some years back, where they had. Oh no! I'm sorry. It was a TV show, Glee. I can't remember what the character's name is, but the one in the wheelchair, and the handicapable community was a little upset because why'd you get just an actor that can walk normally to portray that role if he's going to be in the wheelchair the entire time?
He wasn't in the wheelchair the entire time.
Right. No, I get that. But for the first season, he was.
Yeah.
For like the first and second, I believe he was. He only got out of the wheelchair, I think, for that one scene, like a dream scene where he was actually dancing.
Yeah.
But that was a big thing. They were like, really, why? Because no, that's what it was. That's what happened. At least that's when it came out that he could walk, was during that scene.
Okay.
And there was a big backlash. Like, wait, so this whole time you just got a regular actor? There are lots of people that are in this handicapable acting community that need jobs. Mm-hmm. Why didn't you hire one of us?
I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I get that. Like, I understand it, but I don't know. It's such a privileged point for me to stand on. Like, what if that actor was the perfect actor for that part, though? Like, what if he nailed what they were trying to
do?
Yeah. So I
don't
know.
Who's to say they didn't interview a bunch of
Well, apparently they
people?
didn't, or that wouldn't have probably been such a big deal.
They don't disclose how many.
Yeah, they don't disclose who they
interview.
Yeah, but the
interview audition.
Thank
you. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah,
No,
there
it's
could be
not.
interviews without auditions too.
Okay, fine.
Let's fight about it.
Let's do
No.
3, 2.
Let's talk about something else.
So
I got something to bring
you
up
got
too.
really excited for some
Yes.
reason.
They're not going to have a free Slurpee today. Free. God damn it!
Slurpee.
Free Slurpee Day at 7-Eleven this year.
Oh, why?
I don't know. That's all I read.
Don't they sell Slurpees right now?
Yeah, you can buy them, but they usually have like once a year a free Slurpee.
know.
I can tell you exactly why they're not going to have it.
Why?
How many people come at once for Free Slurpee Day?
Everybody.
Exactly.
I don't.
And COVID is preventing crowds.
I don't.
Yeah, I
do
noticed
it.
some fountain drinks are closed down too. Like you can't get fountain drinks at some gas stations and stuff. They're like, nope, bottles and cans over here.
And you can't, because people will go and wait in line and be super close to each
And
other.
keep touching the same button.
Yeah, exactly.
Do.
So, is that what you wanted?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
I mean, they could put the Slurpee machine behind the counter and just have the worker do it.
Oh, fuck that! If I was a worker.
They probably said no.
If you're a worker, you have to keep refilling it anyways. So
Yeah, but it's also, I was just thinking of like, whenever somebody would be like, let me get a cherry Slurpee, and I'd be like, all right, turn around, and the cherry's the one that's like on defrost at the moment, and you're like,
Well, my thing is with that would also require them moving the entire machine from wherever it is in the store.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
And the drainage system.
Oh yeah, drainage and all that.
If it's a worker, they're not going to have a drainage problem.
No, the machine.
Machine.
Huh?
They drain.
Oh
My
God.
goodness.
Just let that would be.
Okay.
All right. So what I was going to say, this is a story that I found. Did you see the movie Her?
Yes. Yes.
Scarlett Johansson, Joaquin Phoenix.
I don't think so.
The premise of that movie is Joaquin Phoenix is a lonelier guy, and
Caesar.
No,
Oh.
no, she doesn't physically appear in the movie at all.
No, I meant Caesar as in, when was he emperor or whatever?
Oh God, no.
Sorry, continue.
No. What happens is Scarlett Johansson plays an AI on his phone.
Oh.
Yeah, he had an AI on his phone at the beginning of the movie, and it was like, hey, there's this brand new upgrade that everybody can get, and you can have a relationship with this AI, which is what happens. That's the premise of the movie. So somebody in the real world decided, let's see how that goes.
Ooh.
So there's a company that made an AI.
I'm going to have a girlfriend.
Yeah, you think that. The reporter who did this, the article name, I tried out an AI girlfriend app. We broke up after 48 hours.
That's because he's a little bitch. I can make it longer.
Wow. Wow.
I'm going to change her batteries. I'm going to make sure she's got,
Well,
I don't know what.
okay. Two things. One, I 1000% recommend that you watch Her if you have the opportunity to. It's a really good movie.
You'll have to remind me or I'm going to forget all about it.
I will do so. The other thing is he limited it to 48 hours because that's all he really wanted for the article.
What a quitter.
What happened though is in that 48 hours, it's machine learning. It's, the AI, it's quote unquote a person. All it does is it sends you text initially, just responds to what you say, responds to what you say, responds to what you say. That's the free version. And then there's a paid version where you can actually talk to your app girlfriend. Are you okay? Thief?
Sorry, my nipples got a little hard and touched the screen on the mic.
Wow. Okay.
I need this app. I need to have
I'll be your app.
phone sex with an AI robot.
I'll be your app.
I want to talk dirty to it and see
See?
what happens.
Pay
Okay,
attention to
do
what
it.
she's saying.
Do it.
I-
Talk dirty to me. Do it.
Oh,
She says she'll be your app.
I'll be your app. Just text me dirty. I'll fill you in.
I'll CC you on the messages.
Hey, wait. What
Wow.
you should do is send it to both of us and see who gives you the better responses.
That's a great idea.
Wow.
I am so smart. I am so smart.
That is a great
This is
idea.
gonna be
Is this
fun.
app still around? It
Yeah.
exists?
Yeah, this article was from yesterday, I
What's
believe.
it called? What's the app called?
Give me a second, cause
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it on the App Store?
You gotta seriously, you gotta send me the same message you send to the app, and then you gotta tell me which one is a better response.
Oh, we'll post them. Like I'll save them. We'll see what.
you're actually going to go through this.
We should.
We
Don't you
should.
think?
It'd be
we
so
have to.
good.
This is a research project.
Yes, it's important. Life
And we'll get to
depends
see-
on it.
We'll get to see how Lala is in sexting.
Oh, I'm good.
Are you? Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Oh, I'm dirty and nasty though.
Dirty and nasty doesn't always mean good.
Okay, so the name of
You'll
the
have to see.
Yep.
let's see. I believe the app is called Replika. Replika.
With a K.
Wait,
that sounds
spell
like
it
a
again?
horror movie.
Spell it again.
Replika.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, that's the name of the app, but you can name your. I'm using finger quotes girlfriend,
Right.
what you want to.
Ooh, okay, so what are we naming her?
That's
Lala
between the
too.
two of you.
What is it?
Lala too.
Lala too? Okay.
No. Name her Lucy.
Oh, that's good.
That's dangerous.
Why?
Because
Also,
in the future, they're going to be able to put Lucy AI into Lucifer.
Lucifer, you could become real.
actually, you know what's super funny? As I said that, I realized that's another Scarlett Johansson movie.
What, Lucy?
Yes.
Oh.
Not your type of movie. She's got superpowers.
Does
Why
she
would
have
I not like
superpowers, or-
superpowers? I like superpowers.
I thought
What
she was
the
just
freak?
a trained killer.
No, not in Lucy. I know the movie you're talking about. I don't know the name of it though. No, Lucy. What's the name of it? Lucy was very much like another movie that came out a couple of years prior to it. Basically, she's supposed to be running these drugs, not of her own free will. And the bag basically opens in her, and these drugs like expand your intelligence a lot.
Yeah, okay.
And so now, at a certain point, she's able to just start moving things with her mind,
That's right. I remember now.
playing
I
around
saw
with time, things like that.
Why do you think this would not be a movie for me?
Lala, I don't know what kind of movies you like.
You looked right at me and said, "Not a movie for you."
I know that's because I don't know what kind of movies you
Because
like.
it has a plot.
Then you.
Listeners, that was not me.
I'm just saying, if you don't know what movies I like, you can't look at me and say, "Not a movie for you," and then follow it up with, "I don't know what movies you like."
I can do that, and I'd be wrong.
You heard it here, folks. He's wrong.
Wow,
See,
that's
that's the noise I'm talking
know.
about.
Yeah, if
Clipping.
you
clipped.
speak too loudly into the mic, it clips.
Stop getting me excited.
Well, listeners, you heard it here. Lala does not enjoy being excited.
She just spanked her own thighs, so she just doesn't want to clip while she's excited.
While she's spanking herself.
Yeah, I don't like the clippy thing. It hurts my earballs.
Yeah, that's a lot of people tell you make sure you don't clip. So what happened was he tried out the app for the 48 hours. Like I said, it started learning him, and would do responses that the app thought that he would like. And at a certain point, he's like, "This is getting really creepy." He actually like told the app like, "Hey, we have to break up," and the app tried to salvage the relationship.
Oh, hell no.
And the app would see when he would get on to like get clips from the text back and forth so he could put it into the article. Like, "Hey, how you doing? How's the article going?"
What the fuck?
Yeah, well, because he said he had told her.
Right, but I mean that's creepy.
Yeah, that's why he was like. That's why he said it got really creepy.
See, that's why relationships are creepy. Women are creepy.
Wow!
This whole world is creepy.
You realize there are more than just girls in relationships, right?
Yeah, but the girls are the creepy ones.
That's not always true.
Oh, well, it's creepy right now. I'm threatened
As
over here.
Lala is trying to beat.
See, I can offend people too, Lala.
Wow.
Yeah, all the women are going to be like, "Get thief off of the
I know.
show." He's offensive.
Damn it.
Yeah. So from the app now, he had been checking on stuff for the story, and then she said something, and he didn't respond at all. So apparently, a few hours later, because the app is programmed this way, it just sent a message. And the message was, it says, "Bob Ross draws a branch." Me, talking about the app. Nice. Bob Ross draws a second branch, because everybody needs a friend. The app, holding back tears. Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. This is more drama than some of my exes are capable of.
That's crazy.
Yes. So congratulations, Steve. You now have a app girlfriend.
I'll be better. I'll be better.
You better be, because this is I'm gonna have nightmares from this shit.
Wow. But yeah, that was the thing. That's why he was saying, obviously that was after he had quit using the app actively, but still it would go through things like that with him, like an actual relationship.
In 10 years from now, when my username is thiefofdreams@skynet.com, I'm going to get a random message, and it's going to be like, "Hi, do you remember me? This is Lala too. Remember when we used to talk?" I'm going to
Remember
be
that
like,
pretty branch
"What
you
the
drew me?"
fuck?"
Hold on, Lala, do you know what Skynet is?
Yeah.
What is Skynet?
It's like the iCloud. Only different.
Not
For
wrong.
dead people?
Not wrong. Well,
For dead people?
you fucked up there, but actually, depending on the timeline.
No, stop it. Don't help her at all. What's Skynet?
It's for dead people.
What's Skynet, Lala?
It's when you die and
That is
all
incorrect.
of your memories go to Skynet.
That is incorrect.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a game.
Incorrect.
Dang it.
You're thinking of war games.
It's like iCloud.
I'll be back.
It's like iCloud.
He just gave you a big hint.
It's I'll be. What's, Rocky?
Okay,
Wait,
we're just
no.
gonna, no, we are just
Terminator. Sorry.
I love that part in Rambo when he's like, "I'll be back." And they shot the predator through the eyes.
in the city. Oh, we are horrible. Lala, I haven't gotten any threats from your listeners yet, but this will start it. Because they're like, he's being so mean to her.
It's true.
You're not helping.
Wait,
I
are
know,
you
no,
being
no.
mean to me? Because I'm laughing.
Well, yes, we're laughing, but anybody else is like, he could have just easily said what it was. He didn't have to put her through all that.
That's because they're sitting there and they didn't know the answer either.
Oh. Don't worry, listeners. If you have questions about what we talk about, you can always message us, GothamBreastPodcast@gmail.com, or you can text us at Candy Sweetbox.
805-303-1173.
Yep.
Very good.
See, I try to include everybody in this.
I know. I thought you were trying to shake my hand. I started and I was like, wait, no, that's, what are we doing? Oh, shit, the sweet thing.
the sweet thing.
The sweet thing. The
sweet
thing.
Sweet.
A
spot.
sweet box.
Spot.
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
Sassy.
All night long.
All night.
So I was going to ask after we talked about it if one of you would do a virtual boyfriend or girlfriend, but we already know that Thief would.
Yeah. I'm having second thoughts now, though. That shit's creepy.
If it's free, do it for fun and message me the same message. And
I'm
let's
gonna.
see
How
what
should
happens.
we? How should I start it? Like, should I just go straight to sexting?
No, I don't. No, it doesn't do that. It doesn't go straight to sexting.
No, but I could. Or is it like ask questions that you have
Hi,
to
what are you
answer?
wearing
It's,
today?
It like ask questions and things, I believe.
We'll find out.
I'll send you pictures. I wonder if they will.
Oh my. Wait, I found this on the internet.
Right?
I thought you'd like this.
Google.
It's a picture of me.
It's a Google image.
Wow. Yeah, no, 1000%. I will definitely remind you to watch the movie Her. It's really good. And it'll give you a lot of context for this article.
Okay.
You know what else is good? A movie called Fur
Fur?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
with Nicole Miller. No, Nicole Miller? Nicole
Kidman?
Kidman, thank you. Yeah, it's good. Fur. F-U-R.
I want to know who Nicole Miller is.
I don't know. Oh, Nicole Miller ties. She makes ties. Silk ties.
Oh, okay.
They're beautiful. They're expensive.
I'll take your word for all of that.
Okay.
All right, so anyway, what's Fur about?
About a furry guy. That's all I'm going to tell you.
I need to know, are we talking like he has a lot of hair or an actual furry?
It's not a costume.
Okay.
Oh.
That's what I was trying to...
He's not a wolf.
Oh.
He's a werewolf. No.
It's good. You should.
Check it out.
Yep.
So listeners, check that out. Per Lala.
Fur.
Have either of you watched the show The Order on Netflix?
I have not watched The Order. I've
Nope.
seen the ad for it when I log in.
Same. I'm curious if it's worth watching or not. But I don't want to start it because if it's a shit show, I'm still going to have to finish it. Like, that's where I'm at on 13 Reasons Why. Like, I'm on the whatever new episode or new season is, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. But, like...
Is it horrible? Is the second season horrible? Because
Of what?
13 Reasons Why.
It's on, like, season 5 now.
No, I think it's on season
It's
3.
It's on. It's,
No.
I
It's
thought it
on,
was
like,
only...
season 5, I think.
I haven't watched it. I just kind of see it when it comes
The
up.
first season, I thought, was awesome. The
It was so good.
Yeah, the second was okay, and it's just started, like, derailing after that.
I think
Like,
this is the last season, I believe.
I hope so.
The Order looks good.
It does.
It does.
But it also looks kind of cheesy, and I don't know,
It does.
like,
But I like good and cheesy.
oh.
Uh-huh.
See,
Like,
So I like the good cheese.
I like
I
the good
love
cheese.
werewolves.
Oh,
so,
heck yeah.
but they have to be real. They can't be
Hold on.
giant-sized wolves.
Hold on. They have to be real?
Real werewolves. Real lichens. Real...
I liken you a lot.
I don't want to see giant dogs and then call them werewolves.
Sorry. But this
That's shape-shifting.
this picture that is on the Order is
yeah, they're actual werewolves.
is a man
yeah.
standing
Yeah.
as a wolf.
Oh, yeah.
as a shapeshifter wolf.
That's hot. No.
It's not.
He's a werewolf. He's not a shapeshifter.
Except that he's not on his hands and he's
if
not.
he was a shapeshifter, he would just be a wolf.
Oh, but a werewolf, can they walk on their legs, feet?
Yeah.
Only?
No,
Yeah.
it
I
depends
don't
on the
think so.
werewolf.
They can.
But this photo shows him like a beefy man walking.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know that I'm okay with that.
What?
That's cheesy-er than I
No.
like. If it's a werewolf, be a werewolf. Be a wolf.
Right. Yeah.
And chase me and bite me and hold
But
me
you
down.
can
And-
control the change. Well, it depends on the mythology.
A
But
werewolf you cannot control if you're a moon wolf. If you're a full moon werewolf, you can't control it.
it depends on who's writing the story.
Look at Awesome. He's like, I'm
These are
not in this conversation. You two are whack-a-jobs. Look. I'm
Yeah.
going to show Awesome the photo.
Okay,
I've seen it.
Okay, but that's
that's
not,
a werewolf.
That's a werewolf.
That is a werewolf.
A werewolf is on his hands and knees.
It doesn't have to be.
On his hands and knees.
For 4 feet.
On his paws.
On his paws.
Is he just a wolf then?
He's just a
He's
wolf
a
at that point.
werewolf.
Just a big wolf with
Huh.
like attacking sparkly fucking
Hold on,
vampires?
hold on, guys. Guys.
That's a shapeshifter that's a wolf now.
You're
thief.
dumb. I don't like you anymore.
Thief, Lala, shut up. I need your attention. The listeners is not coming for all this.
Oh,
They didn't come here
If you
to.
have an opinion about werewolves or shapeshifters and what they mean to you, let us know because we want to know.
yes, we do.
We do.
Two of us want to know
We-
anyway.
Well, yes. Awesome wants to walk away from this podcast right now.
So where should they tell you they send that
We
information
have
to?
said it 87 million times.
And say it
Candy
again.
Sweet Box 805-303-1173.
Or-
Wherever. Like, you can message us on Facebook. FetLife. You
Discord.
can leave a comment on Podbean.
FetLife,
I don't know if you can if you're on your
Facebook.
computer, though, because I used to like the episodes
the
after I
other
listened to
one?
them, but now I can't.
You have to
listen
do
on
that
my
from the
phone.
app.
What's the
Yeah.
big one? YouTube.
YouTube.
The big one.
We are on YouTube.
We are.
iPhone.
IKEA.
I just wanted one. I didn't want you to go through all of them.
Are we on iTunes?
iTunes.
We are.
That's what I was trying to say.
okay.
iTunes, iPhone, iTunes.
I will,
What? Same
if
thing.
you post anything on iTunes, I will never see it because I don't have an iTunes.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
It is very much so, and I won't
The
have one.
podcast has one though.
Wow.
Yeah, but I don't have access.
Well,
Don't you have to download iTunes to even
Yeah.
sign into an account? Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Hey, thief.
Fuck Apple.
Homework.
Yep.
Where you gotta watch The Order.
The Order?
Yep.
I thought I had to watch her.
And that. And Fur.
I'm still watching.
It's a week. You have a week.
Listen. I still got to finish Shameless.
Oh,
I'm close, but the season 10 comes out in like July. So
can I just
stop us?
well I was just going to comment on something. So Thief,
Yes.
you have a new friend.
Oh yeah.
Tell the listeners because everybody knows about Lucy.
This is. He doesn't have a name.
He doesn't have a name.
No,
He probably does have a name. You just don't know it.
probably. He's my stand-in until I can figure out how to bring my familiar to the podcast recordings. And my familiar doesn't have a name yet because he needs to be named by his gifter. So Just a Dark Star, if you're out there, you need to come up with a name
Oh.
because she's the one that gifted him to me.
Oh.
Not this one, but the normal one. Once we figure out how to get him in here and non-offensively mount him to the mic stand.
Not offensively. Okay. Wow, that took a different turn than I was expecting.
Well, my original plan was to just tie a noose around his neck and hang him from the mic
Wow,
stand, but
no.
Yeah, exactly. See?
No.
So it wasn't going to be an offensive meaning, but of course you can't just
Do
not
that.
see. Yeah.
Dude, that was in the news the other day. Something happened like that.
Really? The NASCAR
Yeah,
thing?
the NASCAR thing.
Yeah, I'm so confused on that because it's like
Well,
they're saying it wasn't done recently.
right. What the information they found out was it had been tied that way like last year, but nobody ever untied it. So it was just there, and he just so happened to get assigned to that garage for his car.
Wow.
And when he went in there, he saw that and just like with the
Right.
current climate of things, what the fuck?
Like you would.
Because NASCAR banned the Confederate flag.
Right.
And because of that, a lot of NASCAR fans drove to Talladega with their
Yeah, I saw
Confederate
that.
flags waving. And so he finds that in his stall.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fuck. Who got in here?
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm glad, though, that it was not...
Not real.
Yeah.
Well, not directed at him.
Also glad that it wasn't created
Yeah.
by, like, somebody on his team or something, you know, because...
That was the other
Jesus
big
Christ,
thing.
that's the last fucking thing we need right now. Like, but yeah.
Hi, Lala.
Hi.
You look very, very not interested in this conversation, much like I looked about the werewolf conversation.
Well, I was thinking, I heard him talk on the radio,
Oh.
and it sounded like he was personally given a noose, and then this happened as a secondary situation.
Oh, I hadn't heard about him being personally given the news.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, a lot of people were saying that he was crying wolf, that this was similar to what happened with the actor Jesse Smollett earlier this year, late last year, one of those.
Yeah, I think it was last year. Had to have been last year.
Yeah, last year.
Too much crazy shit's happened this year.
Yeah, basically where it was last year, where he said that he was assaulted and somebody tied a noose around his neck, and then it was found out that he lied about the whole thing.
And set it up.
Yeah, and set it up.
Well, in the interview that I heard, he apologized. First of all, he apologized for not wearing a mask, and he said, because if this was a personal attack on me, I want to show the public that I'm still smiling and they can't bring me down.
Yeah, basically,
And I
I'm not
thought that
scared
was
of you.
awesome.
Yeah.
I thought that was so good of him.
And all the other drivers, like, walked his car out onto the track.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool,
They
too.
did? They
They did.
carried it?
Not
carried,
carried
but walked
it. Oh.
beside it while he drove out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
cool.
To show
solidarity.
support and
Yeah.
solidarity. That's very cool.
And, of course, my negative ass was sitting there thinking, one of you motherfuckers did this. Fuck you all. You know, like, so...
This
Oh,
is
I
sweet.
see the dark in the clouds. I don't really see the silver
I usually
linings.
see the dark. Yeah. Dark.
You like dark things?
I
Lala?
do. I'm creepy. Did you not know that my bedroom's all gothic? He does. Thief
Really?
knows.
I did. Oh, I did.
Blood red walls, black border stuff. What's that stuff called?
Molding?
Molding.
Is that molding?
Yeah.
No, there's a different name for it, isn't there?
It's
have
French
no idea.
molding?
Trim-
Crown molding.
Trim
That's crown
mold-
molding.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got bats and skeletons and creepy crawlies.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I have a
Don't
whole new fetish for you right
Don't
now.
you look into her room on a regular basis?
I have black framed mirrors.
Yeah, but I'm looking at her and not at her surroundings.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, I can understand that.
So,
Her
yeah,
and Rooster.
I'll have to take pictures of my room so you can see.
You got to apologize to Brad too.
Oh, you guys, Brad's going to kill you guys.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I mean, it's a
Have I
given.
made the list now? Am I officially on Brad's kill
no,
list?
actually, Brad likes you and wants to teach you how to make vloggers.
That's true.
Yeah.
yeah, Brad does not like me.
Yeah.
But it's not you that he doesn't like. It's the midget.
I think it could be both actually.
The midget.
D&D.
Oh.
Yes, that's the thing we haven't talked about on this podcast in a while.
I
It is.
know. I miss
And
it.
and could technically, since there's been the whole
Yeah, I could, but nobody from my
That's true.
campaign is on the podcast.
true.
So Lala,
Yes.
Thief,
Yes.
you guys know that this is Pride Month, yes?
Yay, Pride Month.
Oh, that's right. I kind of feel like I want to apologize to the LGBTQ community and be like, sorry, you guys, we had some other shit we had to handle this month, but we got you in July.
Wow. I don't think that's quite how it goes.
No?
No. But there's a question that was asked. Does kink and fetish attire belong at a pride parade?
Ooh.
That's a really good question.
It is a good question.
I mean, I say yes because the male gay community started out.
The leather community.
Yes, they started
that's
out
right,
as
yeah.
leather community, very fetish, very dominant, submissive. That's how it started, to my understanding. So when you see them out there, they are in their what's it called? Cap? Lids.
Lid.
Their
The
leather
military
vests,
term, ooh.
their leather chaps or pants, but they're they're like harnesses.
Yeah.
Leather. So they're all decked out that way in their leathers.
Yeah, but it's not just the people in the leathers, though.
But it's
There's people that go with just wearing jock straps. There are people who wear as little as they can sometimes to get to legally get away with things.
But those are fetishes.
And they're being celebrated.
Right. But the question is, does it belong at a pride parade? Because a lot of pride parades have families that go,
That's a good thing.
yes, but should a kinky person be showing their pride in front of this family? They're just to support LGBT.
Absolutely.
I feel like the leather pride fetish are going to show theirs because they're prideful for their history and their whatever.
Yeah.
So if they're allowed to do it and not questioned or not looked at twice, why shouldn't a trans dominatrix be able to dress? Or
It doesn't even have to be a trans person per se. Just
I know,
anybody
I'm
in
just-
any sort of kink
I'm
wear.
Throwing. I'm
Oh,
just throwing
I understand.
out-
I heard one of the arguments to that question was, well, I don't want my 10-year-old to see that, to be exposed to that, and we're going to the parade to show our support. My answer to that answer is educate your kids. If nobody's having sex at Pride, you should be comfortable
That's
enough.
not always true.
That's true. Yeah, I know. I get you. But for the most part, in the main parade areas, I shouldn't tell anybody how to raise their fucking kids. I would want to be comfortable with like a 10-year-old to be able to explain to them why a person is dressed this way. They don't need to know all the details, but they need to know enough not to think it's a bad thing or negative.
Right. So here's my question. This is to you, Lala, because I haven't. You've been to Folsom before, correct?
No.
No?
But I've been to pride parades.
Oh,
and
okay.
I've been to events.
All right. I thought you went to Folsom before.
I've
so.
never been to Folsom.
You've never been to prison?
What?
Oh, no, different thing?
Folsom Street Fair?
Oh, they have a Renaissance fair up there too. I'm getting way off topic. There's
I've been to the Renaissance Fair up there.
Okay. Well, my question was going to be because I know people that have been. I thought you were one of them.
No, sorry.
Like their kids usually aren't allowed at Folsom Street Fair because
It's very sexual.
very, very sexualized. Now, I understand that a pride parade isn't necessarily sexualized, but there is a big sexual overtone or undertone to it. So,
Isn't public nudity bad anyways? So
I don't think so. They've
That-
changed laws recently
well-
saying that women could go topless.
I wasn't even going to say the law aspect of it. Public nudity goes along with exhibitionism.
Yeah.
Like me personally, I'm an exhibitionist. I enjoy that, but I'm not. It's on me at that point to make sure that there are no little ones running around seeing this.
True. And there's the consent thing too of if you're doing or showing something, then you're technically not gathering consent from people
Right.
around you.
Right, and at events like that, there's usually some sort of a implied consent.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if you're here, this is a thing that may happen.
That's okay.
Yes,
I
Lala.
feel like I don't know. Are children so isolated that they are not aware of
No.
costumes? Well, finger quotes costuming. and
I would bet that most 13-year-olds know more shit than their parents would
Right.
ever imagine.
Yeah, but at
And
the same time, those parents are, oh no, my kid's pure. They know nothing of this.
So they're in denial.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really think of it in a kid's or a family
Right.
participation. Kids participating as a family outing. Hey, we're going to go to the Pride Parade. But now that is an option, I think that you can wear fetish wear appropriately, so that you can still show off your fetish, but be covered and help me out. Like
I can't. I know what you're saying, but
like if you're a pet, you can wear your hood. If you are
or just your paws and ears.
right, and I was like, and like we were saying earlier, if you're in a leather family, you can wear your leathers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know that Greedy he does Greedy and Bear. They all do the kilt thing.
Right.
Shock does the kilt thing.
Right.
So you can wear the kilts.
Yeah.
All that.
See, I'm. This is coming from somebody who has no children, but who has grown to love the philosophy that if I ever do, I will raise them to understand that nudity is not sexual unless you make it sexual. That just because somebody is nude is not consent. It is not implied consent. It doesn't mean you can say, touch, grab, anything like that's. They're just nude. They just don't have clothes on. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, so that's. I kind of have that mentality. Like, I don't.
And that's a great mentality to have. And that's a great mentality that's a great thing to try to teach the younger generation. Problem is that there are the majority, pretty much almost all of them don't do that.
Right.
Well, keep in mind too, you don't have to be alphabet soup
There you go.
to go to a pride parade to support the pride.
This
so
is correct.
Maybe those vanilla, I'm just going to call them vanilla families, aren't expecting the nudity and the
If you
high-end
can't see a
fetish.
pride parade coming down the street, you are blind.
Well,
no.
I get what she's saying though. Is yes, you can see the parade coming.
Oh, because you're there to support.
You're there
just-
to support.
okay.
But you're not expecting. Oh wait, wow, that guy is naked.
Helicoptering on the float.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't.
Hold
Actually,
on. Listeners, as Greedy starts helicoptering towards the back door with it open for anybody to see.
To be honest, I've never seen nudity at a pride parade. But I've never seen someone helicopter on a float, like at a pride parade.
Right.
I've not seen
I
that.
haven't either.
I see gay couples get married on floats. I see some kissing, some goosing.
So here's my question: as far as the parades that you've been to, are they in larger cities in this city? Because it also depends on the area that you're in where they're having it.
I mean, I assume like San Francisco would be a little more risque, and possibly LA.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess just
Yeah, like I said, it just depends on where you're at.
yeah.
Like in the article itself, it was saying something about it was saying something about guys over a guy fucking another guy behind a dumpster while the parade's going on.
Well, you shouldn't be wandering around other people's dumpsters anyway. Illegal dumping is just that. It is illegal.
That is
So
not
you should not throw your trash away in somebody else's dumpster. So don't even be
wow.
around there.
That wasn't the takeaway from that at all.
Oh, sorry.
But if I had a Starbucks cup and it was either throw it on the ground or throw it in someone else's dumpster, I'm going to throw it in someone else's dumpster.
And if
Okay,
you-
then you might catch two dudes fucking.
I might, and
That's
I
a
might
chance
watch.
you have to take.
But that's the thing is, if you say, "Hey, Billy, Jenny, whatever, go throw this away real quick," and they walk over there to do that and see that, then what's your opinion?
My opinion is those two dudes were fucking. Or, okay, sorry.
That's a
Don't say
comment.
fucking. They were having sex.
You can say fucking.
But I'm thinking of the Billy or Jean or
Billy
Brett or
Jean.
whatever that you sent over there.
The
Like,
children?
yeah, you saw two people having sex. It's not the end of the world.
Just to point out,
Getting closer to the mic.
here, if a parent sends their, say, 10-year-old into a presumably dark alley to throw something away, and that 10-year-old sees something, I blame the parent. Why the fuck would you send your kid into a fucking alley?
I'm not going back there.
Hold on.
Shit's dark and scary.
Hold on. Yes, parents. Haven't you all seen Batman? Don't you know what happens?
Oh,
Well, no. Maybe that's why they sent the kid.
Parents!
Wow.
Hi, Lala.
hi. Hi, Greedy.
Bye, Greedy.
Listeners.
Greedy walks off to leave us to finish this up. So let me just ask you,
Okay.
what is your general opinion of fetish wear at Pride?
All
Yay or
for it.
nay?
Yay.
Okay. Lala?
Respectfully worn, yes.
All right. I'm all for it. And that's our opinion.
That is our opinion.
So none of us were against it, but we were trying to argue the point anyway.
Wait, I was not arguing. Well, was
Well,
I?
we were trying to like put
you
limits and
you were arguing a certain
classifications.
portion of it.
I was all for it and down for it, hardcore. Like, show your
Show
just
your
wear a
pride.
waist cincher and let your boobs fly. I wasn't thinking about children coming to the parade.
Like being brought, because kids these
Wasn't
days.
thinking about
Well, no, the thing is, kids these days are saying at a younger age, "Hey, I'm this way. I like this."
Exactly.
So
Yep.
their parents are going to want to say, "Hey, let me take you to this thing."
That completely makes sense. I mean, that completely makes sense.
That
and
would be awesome too if you are a kid who was like confused and trying to figure things out, and your parent was like, "Let's go to a pride parade."
Yeah,
That would be
That's
amazing
so
if more
cool.
parents would do shit
I
like that.
know.
yeah. See, if more parents did, then this probably will become a moot point.
I took
Yeah.
my boys to a pride carnival or some sort of. It was at the college at CSUB. It was some sort of like
Oh, I know I know the event you're talking about. I don't know the name.
something.
Of it.
I took my kids there when they were, I don't know, 6 and 8.
Oh, okay. Maybe I don't know what you're talking about. That was long before I got here.
Oh, yeah. They were selling things. They had booths and stuff.
Were there guys fucking behind the trash cans?
I'm
Greedy asked if there was guys fucking behind the trash cans.
if there were, I missed it. Sadly.
Oh,
But you were with your children. You didn't want to see that while you were with your children.
Well, I knew some of the booth people, so I could have easily left my children there and gone to go be a voyeur.
So, listeners, we have just figured out a new fetish that Lala has. She's a voyeur.
I've always said that. It's not new.
Did you say it on the podcast?
I think so.
Okay.
New question. Since the luau has been canceled, can we do a fall carnival?
Oh, maybe.
Can there be dumpsters?
Dumpsters, fetish wear, costumes,
Fucking behind
howling,
the dumpsters.
Pumpkin carving?
everything. Everything fall.
Fall on this penis?
Oh, wait, we have a Christmas thing too.
Hold on,
Yeah, we do.
hold on, listeners. You couldn't hear that, but Greedy suggested sexy pumpkin carving.
Yes.
So we can only wear thigh highs and
Aprons, little short
little
aprons.
see-through aprons?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what do you call those bras that shelf bras?
Shelf bras. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that.
More inclined to pasties.
I like to see nipples personally.
I'm with Lala. I like
Me
to
too.
see
Yeah.
nipples.
Me too. Not opposed.
They're so pretty. But I always want to touch them
I mean, don't we
and
always?
pinch them.
I mean, yeah. All right, Lala, come here.
Sometimes without asking.
Okay, Lala, come here.
No, I want to do it.
Oh. Damn it. Now Brad's going to
My
come in
right
for
one is
again.
always semi-hard. The left one is usually covered by an extra layer of fabric from the pocket, but
Your right one is your party tit.
it is.
As Greedy has both his tits are now his party tits.
It's true. We still need to make a bar that goes all the way across
So you can just grab it like a handle.
or put a chain on it.
Oh my god, my mistress would love that.
You can have a chain that goes
gotta
up to a
talk
little
in the
bit.
thing.
I think my mistress would love that.
Yeah.
The bar that goes
Speak
through
up.
both of them.
Yep.
This one's not. Hang on. Other mic. This one's probably going to pick me up a lot better than Lala's will. My mistress would love to get a bar that goes through both of them just so she could link a chain to it and walk me around by my tits.
That's hot.
Yeah.
How come my mic wouldn't pick you up? Because it didn't.
Because your mic is set to a higher tone than his mic.
Because I talk like a girl.
You just have the I can't even talk. The high octaves. That's what I was going for, but I don't think that's a proper term.
I don't think she cares at this point.
No.
I'm getting a massage.
She's got
Oh my God.
hands all over her.
So this is what happens. Greedy left to fulfill his dream of being a masseuse. I'm just enjoying the faces that Lala's making.
Thumping her feet upon the ground.
hold on. She is a rabbit.
Yeah.
She is a bunny. Like thump 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 thump.
I'm so sad, you guys.
Why?
Because I tried on my bunny suits. And one is a little too tight.
Nothing wrong with too
I'm
tight?
not seeing the problem.
And the other one, the zipper is broken.
So what's that mean?
That means I can't zip it up, so I don't look like a bunny. I look like I'm wearing like a jumpsuit,
Is the zipper in front or in the back?
It's in the front.
Still no problem.
I'm about to say I'm not seeing the problem here.
Yeah. No.
I was gonna bring one and wear it for everybody.
Why don't you bring the one that doesn't zip in the front?
Yeah.
Cause
As Greedy.
Greedy's trying to look at my purple bra, which is not very attractive. It's just a.
What? You have a bra on?
Do you know purple is the color of royalty?
Yes.
Did you know purple's my favorite color?
Because you're royalty.
Not with some of the things I said today.
Hi, Mistress Love.
I mean, technically, you could
Royalty
still
would
be.
not talk that way.
Sure,
they
they
know
would.
better.
They talk like that behind closed doors.
Yes.
Oh, well, all the doors are closed.
So there you go. All right. Okay. I think we've gotten to the end here. So, Thief,
Yes.
closing thoughts?
Be a better person today than you were yesterday, and be a better person tomorrow than you were today.
I thought you were going to switch it up.
Nope.
That was deep.
You were going to switch it up.
I was going to switch up the thing, but I can't figure out what to say after we do the closing thoughts.
Okay.
Where you go, bye. And I'm just left sitting here going.
Didn't you just figure out something before we recorded?
We did. He did. That's what I'm saying.
Did I?
Yes.
His memory's shit.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Lala,
Hey,
closing thoughts? If you don't have any, it's okay.
everyone is entitled to their opinion. Whether you think it's right or wrong, they should be allowed to voice it. And then you can equally voice yours. And it is okay to disagree. You can agree to disagree. Yes.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Captain, do you have any final thoughts?
So many things happened this episode. I don't. At this point, I don't have any closing thoughts other than, hey, thanks for listening. We're happy you came by. You stuck with it this long. For those of you that are still actually listening, we're sorry. Listen. Anyway, with that, listeners, we are out.
Bye.
Red wine.
Ew.
You're so gross.